Good evening and welcome again. Photo 1, Tuesday, December 8th, 2020. Lesson 3, Grammar Notes. Pronouns plus of. This one that is for affirmative statements. One of them, one of us, one of you is because it's referring only to one person or place or animal. The number 2 is affirmative and is referring to two persons, two animals, etc. Both of them, both of us, both of you are sick. Two, plural. Here, the number 3 is negative, and this neither is referring to only one person. For example, right here is the singular one. Neither of them, neither of us, neither of you is at home. The number 4 is affirmative and is referring to everyone. That's why we have right here are. All of them, all of us, all of you are sad. The next one, that is the number 5, is for affirmative statements and is plural because it's referring to some people. Some of them, some of us, some of you are crazy. The number 6 is negative and is in singular because this none is referring to only one. None of them, none of us, none of you is at work. Thanks. Let's open the student book. Lesson number 3. One of you is Ramirez and your partner is Juarez. Read it. Also read the new words and the definitions one by one. Then read the mini conversations. One of you is the letter A and the other one the letter B. And when you finish, do the conversation practice. Thank you. Lesson 3, page number 17, exercises. Use cue book chart number 2. Answer as leaf. Why is the beach crowded? Because it's the weekend, or because it's the summer, or because the weather is fine? Well, if you see, use the cue book chart number 1 and look. Excuse me, the number 2, number 1. What kind of music do you think they're listening? I think they're listening romantic music, and I think that they are having a very good time. Do you think that they are a couple or a marriage? If you want, you can go on a little while with more opinions. Thank you. Okay, for doing the developing your skills, use one, both, neither, some, all, or none in the following questions about cue book chart number 2, the same cue book. And also, I recommend you to have a look at the grammar summary and also read them in your notebook. For example, the number 1, number 1 is this one, so we have both because we have two persons. Both of them are young. And then go on, thank you. Reading, and when you finish, do about the reading. Some of them come by bus or train, some by car, others by plane. Some come on boats and some by bike. And there are even those who hike. Some bring their cats and dogs and birds. Foreigners all using different words. Some speaking languages you've never heard. Tourism began in the 19th century. A young man called Thomas Cook hired a train to take some people to a meeting in a town nearby. Trains were very new then, and everybody thought the trip was very exciting. Soon Cook started the first travel agency. He arranged package tours, and his business grew very quickly. Since that time, tourism has become one of the world's largest industries. Nowadays, there are towns and even countries that live because of tourism. This means that most of their money comes from tourists who visit there. Stores, restaurants, and hotels welcome tourists because people on vacation normally spend their money more easily. But the people who live in towns that have a lot of tourists don't usually like them. They mean noise, litter, a higher cost of living, and very often a change in the lives of the people and in the towns themselves. Sick McDonald of Highland Springs, a popular tourist area, says, "I'm tired of all these tourists. That's why I spend my vacation far from home in a beautiful little village near the sea. We drive along a sand road and it takes us a day or two to get there. I tell everybody it's a terrible place, so people think I'm crazy. I just hope none of those travel agents ever finds it. Thanks." Page 20, lesson 3, test yourself. Which one means the same thing? For example, what's new, said in other words, is, has anything interesting happened lately? And then one for you and one for your partner. Do it orally and also underline the correct synonym. Thanks. Well, let's open your questions book. Underline. Questions practice, lesson 3. Give long answer and also discuss. What do you do in order to go camping? Please say at least 3 things. Well, I think that we need a tent, water, fire, food, a sleeping bag, and then you can start asking questions. For example, what kind of food do you take when you go camping? Where did you last go camping? Who did you go with? And this is the idea of this exercise, to go on with a short conversation. Thank you. After the questions, can you see? Here is another very good oral practice, and it has 42 questions. Answer the following questions with long answers. Where would you like to live in the near future and why? Well, actually I am not thinking about moving, but if I have to do it, I think that I would like to live in La Fortuna de San Carlos because it's a very beautiful place and it has a lot of touristic natural attractions like the volcano, the hot springs, and well, a lot of things to do every day. Thank you. Okay, when you finish doing this practice, we have another one that belongs to the lesson number 3. Per work, answer, and discuss. This is the most important now. Not only the question and the answer. Now, because you are doing the book number 3, I consider and I think it is time for you to discuss and speak English as much as you can. What were you doing during the first hours yesterday? I was working. Oh, really? And what were you doing? Well, I was typing some reports and I was making some telephone calls, sending messages, and also I was planning some reports for the next week. Oh, that's very nice. And how about you? And this is the way that you start another conversation. Enjoy it. Photo 2. Lesson 4. New words and definitions. New words. Well, in this lesson we are going to learn and practice about mechanical activities. Spare tire, trunk, small, oh my god, small car, here, sorry. Medium size is referring to a medium-sized car. Large car, wheelchair, tire. Oil, any kind, but also petroleum. Gas, petroleum, gasoline, flat tire. Photo 3, tow truck, ambulance, battery, engine, motor, carburetor, radiator. Definitions: available, back, to be able, to break down, to check, checked, checked. Damn, deposit, dirt. Let's go right. Photo number 4, to fill, filled, filled. Fill it up in an hour, including, in fact, insurance, life insurance, policy, it depends, to keep warm, noise, plenty or plenty of, plus, probably, to return, to run out of, to spend all your money, or gasoline. Service station, to suggest. Photo 5, tank, any kind. Warranty, 30 days warranty is the minimum. Any product that you buy, you can ask and you have the right of this 30 days warranty. Thank you. Let me know. Okay, let me explain the homework. Lesson number 3, the reading comprehension. Please answer the questions with long answers. Here, look up the grammar summary before doing this exercise and put the number next to the letter. Complete number 3, answer with in the way, out of the way, near or far from. Use the cue book, chart number 2. And here is just identify and write the words. Okay, write who or what you will expect to find in each place. Use the words below. Use many. You can use some words more than once. For example, look for the words for the airport. In the airport, you can find VIPs, but also plane, and maybe a captain. And on the number 5, identify two. You and your family have decided to camp for the night. Below is the list of things you might do. Write the number in the order from 1 to 9. The first thing that you need to do for go camping is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going that way. And you know what you have to do here. Well, thank you very much for taking another lesson tonight, and have a good night.